Oops, it's not working. Oh boy. Now that was supposed to happen. Hey everybody, happy Friday. I'm here testing out a new live show for Friday and calling it the social media news weekly wrap up on Fridays. I'll come up with it. I'm not good with names. So this is a weekly wrap up social media news for the week ending April 22nd, 2022. And I do this earlier with the Biz Chicks. I figured I would try to do a little recap. Or maybe I might just like cut in what I did earlier. I don't know. I'm here testing stuff out on my channel. So happy Friday. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. And I have something else I want to try. It didn't work. Nothing is working. There we go. The first story. And now it's not working. It was working before. So, you welcome to the live test. I think I might have to delete that and edit it again. I don't know. See, I'm always messing and mucking around with stuff. So you gotta, bear with me because I'm a muck around with stuff. Mucker. Okay. Let's try it again. Nope, that didn't work. It's not working. Let me see. Maybe I have to delete the camera. See, you get to figure this out with me. And it didn't work because my phone went to sleep, and now I have to delete the camera and add it back. And wow, isn't this fun? It's Friday. What can I say? Hey, it's Friday. That's what happens on Fridays. Things go crazy. All right, let's try that. Let's try. Nope. Oh, okay. Let's try that. I hope you're still here with me. There you go. Da, 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 da. This is what I wanted to show up. Okay, so Twitter. What's going on with Twitter this week? So Twitter is recommending third-party apps for preventing harassment. So Twitter has this big troll harassment problem that they've been working on for years. And one of the things they're trying now is they're adding third-party app access. So when you block somebody or mute them, you'll get a suggestion to use these third-party apps to go a step further. So let's look into it. So Twitter is turning to outside developers for help in preventing harassment on its platform. Under a new experiment, the company will recommend third-party moderation apps as an additional measure users can tape on top of the app's built-in tools. So they're going to recommend third-party apps when a user blocks or mutes another person. So for now, the three apps that they're using or suggesting is Block Party. It's a tool that allows people to automatically block accounts likely to be the source of harassment. The next one is Bodyguard, which can automatically moderate replies. And number three, Moderate, which helps users manage their mentions. Now, so Twitter is trying to help users feel safe and secure while using the app, of course, because when you feel good about an app, you use it, right? So what do these apps need for us users? They need us to be on it. So if you're happier with an app, you like the way it is, you use it more. It makes the social media app happy because they get to serve ads because you're there enjoying the app and using it. Make sense? Make sense? Okay. So, I want to show you here on my phone. So let's take a look at it. So someone is blocked. It's not too clear. Let me see if I can, maybe I can do that. Okay. All right, how about that? So It says that, for example, this user okay, so Nature Lover 49, I think that is blocked. Are you sure you want to view the tweets? View you can once you block a person, you can still view the tweets. But see, you hear at below the blue button, it says view tweets. It says discover more blocking tools, block party, bodyguard, and moderate, and you can learn more about these tools before you use them. So I haven't blocked anybody yet. Well, actually, I had no. I have one of my accounts. I did block a couple people, but I'm curious to try this out because again, this is a test, so I don't know if I'm included in the test or not. I will check it out. Let me zoom out. And so they're saying here, this story is on social media today, as you can see on the top left. And then they took a quote from TechCrunch, which is uh, another journalist website where they talk about tech news. So they're saying, as reported by TechCrunch, when Twitter users block or mute someone using Twitter's built-in tools via the web app, they see a new non-intrusive prompt that suggests various third-party services that are capable of providing more advanced levels of safety and protection. So think of this as another notch up from just blocking someone on Twitter. All right, so here's a tweet from Twitter support. They have something called a new Twitter Toolbox, and it has ready to use tools that are low cost and built by a developer community to help you get even more out of Twitter. So what it is that let me go through this art. There's a lot of information here, so I don't really want to talk about it because they're talking about some other things. But let's look at, if we want to look at this to it. Oh, okay. Look at that. That's pretty cool. This is like a carousel post. Okay, so let's go back through it. So the Twitter Toolbox, let's say that a lot. There's a new way to totally own your Twitter experience. Create great content worth talking about, because it's important to create great content, not just content. Geek out on your performance stats. That means analytics. I love analytics. And filter out the bullies. So they're, saying that here are your tools so you can kind of mute or get ready. You can mute or get rid of the people that harassing you, following around on Twitter. So they're saying we're ready to use low-cost tools all in one place. Twitter Toolbox. Let's see what happens when we go there. All right, so it's in beta. I'm going to accept. Elevate your Twitter experience. Discover ready-to-use tools to make the most out of Twitter. Oh, this is going to be cool. I'm going to look at this. So we have the Chur app, used to write and schedule Twitter threads. Thread Reader app, I've used this before. It's pretty cool. Read and share Twitter threads easily. That means a Twitter thread is somebody, they do one tweet, and there's a 280 character limit, so they might have more to say. So there's a button where you hit the plus button, and it connects all of the tweets into a thread. But it's kind of hard to read on the app or on desktop, so some people use Thread Reader, which it kind of puts it together in think of like a long PDF. There's Buffer. Buffer is a scheduling tool. Here are the safety tools. Moderate. Improve your social media experience and beat the trolls with simple AI-based moderation tools. Bodyguard, your personal smart moderator that protects your mentions in real time automatically and for free. And Block Party, reclaim your mentions from the trolls with block lists, automatic muting, and community support. Wow, Twitter's doing some things. So there's some other measurement tools I like for analytics. I will take a look at that later. Okay. All right, so what do you think of that? I'm going to take that off screen. What do you think of that? Now, I have to check and see because I'm always using new stuff. So I can't see any comments. And I'm wondering why I don't see any comments. So let's take a look, shall we? Let me turn down my iPad and go into YouTube and see what's going on. Maybe I'm just here talking to myself. I hope not. Oh, okay, I am live. Cool. All right. I thought I turned the sound down. Okay. So we are live. Good to know. Because sometimes you set things up and stuff doesn't happen. All right. Moving on to the next story. We are going to talk about Snapchat. Let's bring that one. Let's bring that one up. Ta-da! Snapchat. Snapchat adds 13 million more users in Q1, that's first quarter of this year, sees steady increase in revenue. So this, a lot of companies and brands or corporations have released their first quarter earnings for 2022, and people are excited. It's because I watch a lot of financial news. So if you don't watch financial news, you don't know what's going on. But there's a buzz about Netflix and Disney, and so now the social media apps, they released their first quarter earnings. So let's look at this. So they're saying they have steady increases in both user and revenue as they continue to solidify its niche in the social media landscape. So Snap has added 13 million more daily active users, they left out the word users, in Q1 2022, taking it up to 332 million. This is big news for Snapchat. This is big news. So let me just go back to that. And actually I want to go back to that so you can see Snapchat. So I have my notes. Let me bring up my notes because we talked about this earlier today. So I want to refer to that. And because I'm a supporter of Snapchat. I don't really use it that much, but I see the use for it. And Snapchat is geared is Gen Z, the Generation Z, which is, I believe, was it 13 to 24? I have to check the numbers. I always forget that part of it. I never remember the numbers. I can look it up real quickly. Um, 13 to 24-year-olds. So Snapchat revealed last year, I believe, that they told its shareholders that 70% of its reach is 13 to 24-year-olds, and 80% is above 18-year-old. The 18-year-olds. So this cohort or group or whatever you call it, why is Gen Z important? Because they set the trends for the older generations. Advertisers love 18 to 34. They don't like anybody over 34. Advertisers. So this is the group that they look for to make changes, set the trends, what's hot, what's not. Is all with this group. So they're saying that well, and Snapchat also says they're growing faster than Facebook and Twitter because of daily active users. That was one of the points that we brought up today. Daily active users. That's people or users that use it daily versus the ones that just create an account and they don't use it. And there's a lot of that. So say for example, Facebook. And I want to get this number right because I quoted it today. Facebook has, I believe, 2.3 or 2.8 total users. Total users. And I want to see if I can find that number real quick. Maybe it's in Wikipedia. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, good. See, now Wikipedia is not the authority, but it's a good indication. So they're saying Facebook now has around 2.9 billion users. That's not daily active users. That's total users. That's people who created an account. Daily active users are people who created an account and use it every day. That's a more important number to these social media platforms because if you're using it every day, you're making content. That means that your eyeballs are there. So they, look at that as, okay, this is how many ads, this is how many people we can serve ads to in a certain amount of time. All right. So, they're saying that they're saying they have 2.9 billion monthly active users. Facebook is one of the more popular overall, I'll say overall social media ads. I mean social media ads, social media platforms, apps, because it's large. I call it the Death Star. It's the biggest thing. It's the biggest thing ever. What's bigger than Facebook? Oh, nothing. So I call it the Death Star. It's a Star Wars reference. But Snapchat is not as big as Facebook. Now let me see how many users do they have? Not daily active, but just people who have signed up, have an account, and hopefully I will get the number for this. Now Wikipedia told me. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. I didn't think to research this. Because I just decided to come on and let's see if I can find it real quick, real quick. There's a lot of information here. I just want total users. And okay, here we go. As of July 2021, Snapchat had 293 million daily active. So again, that's daily active. I want total users. But see, they're focusing on total, you know, daily active users, which is what you want to do because they're using it. It's like owning a car. You can buy a car and park it in the garage. It's not moving, it's not doing anything. But if you're going, driving to work every day, that's a different story because you're in the car. You can listen to radio, whether it's satellite or terrestrial. Is it terrestrial radio? The one that's earthbound, whatever. There's terms for it. Or you're in the car and you're accessible. So the same kind of thing. I'm trying to find. It's giving me a lot of data. I can't find what I want. Anyway, okay, moving on. And I'm live and and somebody is at the door. Oh well, we hang up. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. You heard the doorbell. All right, back to Snapchat. And oops, see, it just went to, oh boy. Okay, so I'm going to have to figure that out. I forgot to take off the go to sleep function. I won't do it now. Let me see. Okay, we were talking about Snapchat, and I got off track because I wanted to know like their total number of users. But the daily active users, they're saying that it grew 18% year over year to 332 million. But for the 5 previous quarters, its user growth exceeded 20%. And daily active users has to do with the amount of eyeballs available to serve ads, and ads is how these apps make their revenue. So they're really concerned with daily active users. So they're saying they grew more than Facebook and Twitter. I believe it. I believe it. Now, you might say, well, I don't use Snapchat at all, and that's good. And I'm just checking my messages because, what? Okay, we're done. Like I said, I just decided to come on. I was like, it's Friday. Let me see if I can get a chat going. I didn't check to see if anybody's chat. Okay, that was the door. All right, so let's get rid of this because we're done. All right. So that's a little bit of what happened this week with social media apps and news updates. There was more, a little bit more about Instagram, but I'm not gonna go over that because I've already talked about it this morning, and I could upload that video and put it here easily so you can watch that. But this is some of the news that happened this week with social media. Week ending April 22nd, 2022. I hope you found this information interesting. This is all of a part of what goes on this channel. We talk about marketing. We talk about social media. We talk about data. We talk about analytics. We talk about data. Yeah, I said that. We talk about data. The strategy, marketing strategy, all these things, information to help you grow your business online. Because this information is power. Knowledge is power. The more you know, the more you can do and grow and increase your bottom line, which is your sales. Thank you for watching. I will see you maybe next week with another update. I don't know, but you'll see me on another video. So make sure to like this video, make sure to subscribe to this channel, and make sure that you click the bell to get notified when I go live like I did today. Spur of the moment. You don't want